Metropolis at night, a city of lights, suddenly plunged into chaos. It started with the communication towers. One by one, they fell, their signals winking out, casting sections of the city into an unsettling darkness. Panic bloomed on the streets below, a symphony of car horns and frightened cries. Above the fray, a red and blue streak cut through the night sky. Superman was there, a beacon of hope against the spreading shadow. He moved with incredible speed, catching collapsing debris, pulling people from the path of destruction. But as he saved lives, a cold realization dawned on him. These weren't random acts of terror. The precision, the coordination, it was a message. Someone was playing a deadly game of chess with his city. Her desk was a chaotic map of Metropolis, connecting the attacks to a string of strange tech thefts from the LexCorp district. Standing nearby, Clark Kent listened, his reporter's notepad forgotten. He could feel it in his gut, a sense of unease that went beyond the previous night's destruction. This was just the opening move in a much larger, more sinister plan. Lois saw a story, Clark saw a threat unlike any he had faced before. He knew he had to dig deeper, not as a reporter, but as Superman. That evening, a strange energy signature pulsed beneath the city's streets, a frequency his Kryptonian senses had never encountered. Following the signal, Superman discovered a hidden, sprawling underground facility humming with alien technology. And in its center stood a figure encased in gleaming, advanced armor. The being turned, its voice a cold, synthesized monotone. It called itself Tomorrow Man. It claimed to be the future, a superior protector for Metropolis, forged from Kryptonian science, but stripped of human weakness and emotion. It boasted, a better Superman. Then, without another word, it attacked. The battle was a brutal, humbling experience. Tomorrow Man was not just strong, he was terrifyingly intelligent. He matched Superman's every move, anticipated his every tactic. It was like fighting a mirror, but a cold, calculating version of himself. Tomorrow Man exploited Superman's greatest strength, his compassion. He targeted civilians, forcing Superman to divide his attention, to choose between fighting and saving. The blows landed harder, the fight became desperate. For the first time in his life, Superman was completely outmatched. Battered and bruised, he was forced to retreat, the synthesized laughter of Tomorrow Man echoing in his ears. He flew away, not just physically wounded, but shaken to his very core. Defeated, Superman sought refuge in the one place he could find answers, the Fortress of Solitude. The crystal spires glowed around him as the holographic consciousness of his father, Jor-El, materialized. Superman recounted the battle, the feeling of helplessness against a foe who was his perfect counter. Jor-El listened patiently. He reminded his son that true strength isn't measured in power or in vulnerability. It's found in compassion, in the capacity to choose hope over despair, to connect with the very people you protect. This humanity, Jor-El explained, was not a weakness. It was his greatest weapon, a quality no machine, no matter how perfect, could ever truly replicate. With renewed purpose, Superman returned to Metropolis. He found Tomorrow Man in the heart of the city, standing like a conquering king, but this time, Superman didn't rush in. He remembered his father's words. He fought smarter, not harder. He didn't try to overpower his opponent. He outthought him. He used his knowledge of the city, his connection to its people, turning Tomorrow Man's cold logic against itself. He created paradoxes the machine couldn't solve, forcing its processor to overload. With a final, desperate surge of energy, Tomorrow Man's armor faltered, and the being retreated into the shadows, vowing to return stronger and more perfect. As dawn broke over Metropolis, Superman stood watching his city come to life. He finally understood the greatest threat he would ever face wasn't someone stronger than him. It was someone who believed they could replace the very idea of what Superman represents, not just a symbol of power, but a symbol of hope. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more.